Recording in progress.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, November 19th. Thanks for tuning in to Buncombe County's community briefing. My name is Stacy Wood. I'm a public information officer for Buncombe County government. Today, Buncombe County Environmental Health and Tetra Tech, the county's recovery contractor, are here today to provide updates. And we also, while the city of Asheville is not here to provide us an official update, they are on hand to answer questions during the Q&A portion after the presentations. And we'll go ahead and get started with a report from Avril Pender, County Manager.
Good morning. This afternoon, there will be a Board of Commissioners meeting. The briefing starts at 3 p.m. and the regular meeting starts at 5. You can watch the briefing. It will be streamed live on the Buncombe County Facebook page. And starting at 5, the regular meeting will also be streamed live on the Buncombe County Facebook page. An update on Parks and Recreation. Parks and Recreation is actively working on reopening as many parks as possible. Currently, North Buncombe Fields, Can Creek Playground, Bang Creek River Park, Hominy Valley Park, and sections of Buncombe County Sports Park are open. We have seen some inaccurate information circulating about the Lake Julian Festival of Lights. Staff are finalizing plans on what this year's festival could look like, and we anticipate having more details by the end of the week. So stay tuned for more details on this event. Also, you might see the department's core van out at Grovemont Park near Beacon Village and the Buncombe County Sports Park in the coming days. Keep an eye out for the core van and stop by for some fun kids activity. An update on FEMA in our county. For those who have not yet filled out their FEMA assistance application, we encourage you to do so at disasterassistance.gov or by calling 800-621-3362. Important updates from the FEMA Disaster Recovery Center at the Asheville Mall. Starting on Monday, November 25th, the center at the Asheville Mall will be open 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on weekdays and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. This center will now close on Sundays and will be closed from November the 28th to December 1st for Thanksgiving weekend. The DRC will open 8 a.m. Monday, December 2nd. This week, the center is open regular hours, so come by 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you come to the Asheville Mall before doors are open at 11, use the Barnes & Noble's entrance. This new schedule applies to all DRCs in the state. So if you are out of town visiting another DRC, this is their new schedule as well. So to find a DRC location near you, go to fema.gov/DRC or text DRC and a zip code to 43362. An update on hazard mitigation, the hazard mitigation grant. Buncombe County residents can receive funding to make their homes more resilient through home projects that reduce the long-term risk and impacts of natural hazards such as floods, wildfires, and storms. Through the program, there are 3 home or property projects, including elevation, home mitigation reconstruction, and acquisition. Aspects of this new program include raising the elevation of the home, a new foundation and new construction, and or acquisition of the property. In all 3 of these programs, there's no cost to the homeowner. So far, 582 applications have been submitted for this program. Applications are open now and can be submitted online. To apply online, complete the 5-minute grant information request. The link will be in the chat, or you can also scan the QR code on the screen with your phone. Online applications will be open for a year. An update on storm debris. As of this morning, over 181,000 cubic yards of debris have been collected in Buncombe County. Currently, there are 39 trucks running in Buncombe County removing debris from all zones in the county. The private property debris removal program is active with an official launch of today, Tuesday, November 19th. The online application option is live. We will add the link in the chat, or you can also scan the QR code on your phone. You can also call the One Buncombe call center with questions about debris. That number is 828-250-6100. Again, 828-250-6100. An update on regular household trash collection for this week. For Tuesday, today, Waste Pro will operate normal routes for household trash and recycling. Residents should use the transfer station or landfill if Waste Pro is unable to access your location. For Wednesday through Friday, Waste Pro will operate normal routes for household trash and recycling in accessible locations. Waste Pro will also be located at the following locations for residents they are not able to access from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. This is for household bag trash only. Tomorrow, Wednesday, They will be at Hearts with Hands, 850 Warren Wilson Road. Thursday, Ingalls Fairview, 225 Charlotte Highway. And Friday, North Buncombe Pool, 734 Clark Stopper Road in Weaverville. A reminder from the Asheville Buncombe Rebuilding Together grant, that fund is now open. For-profit businesses in Buncombe County and the city of Asheville are eligible to receive grants of up to $25,000 to support recovery expenses not covered by insurance or other funding sources. Applications are open through November 27th and can be found at mountainbizworks.org/AB grants. Applications are also available in Spanish. And again, that website is mountainbizworks.org/AB grants. An update on our distribution sites and community care stations. Even with the city's fantastic news that the boil water advisory is lifted, water distribution operations, laundry, and shower will continue to be available at the community care stations. We are working to coordinate these resources for our community based on need, and we'll be sure to communicate about any changes to the sites. Our community care stations are open daily from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. As we continue to transition into this new phase of the response, we will begin to provide updates on the work of county staff as we move into long-term recovery support operational framework. We will begin to provide updates on these priority areas and major movement within this framework. And speaking of transition, and in light of the boil water being lifted, I'll now ask Jessica Silver from Environmental Health to provide an update from regulated establishments as they resume normal operations.
Good morning. As part of the Helene response, food service establishments, childcare centers, lodging facilities, tattoo artists, and public swimming pools were allowed to operate under an emergency operations plan while the boil water notice was in place. Environmental Health processed 1,099 emergency operations plans. Some establishments decided to remain closed until the boil water notice was lifted. Regardless of whether the facilities regulated by Environmental Health chose to operate under an emergency operations plan or chose to remain closed, any facility that was impacted by the boil water notice should do the following before resuming normal operations. Flush pipes or faucets, follow the directions of your water utility, or general guidance is best practice to run cold water faucets for at least 5 minutes. Equipment with waterline connections such as post-mix beverage machines, spray misters, coffee or tea urns, ice machines, glass washers, dishwashers, and other equipment with water connections must be flushed, cleaned, and sanitized according to manufacturer's instructions. Attention should be given to waterline strainers, faucet aerators, and faucet screens. Run water softeners through a regeneration cycle. Drain reservoirs in tall buildings. Flush hot water tanks. Flush drinking water fountains. Run those continuously for 5 minutes. Water filter cartridges should be replaced and canisters sanitized. For those of you who have ice machines, it is important that you sanitize your ice machine. Flush the water line to the machine inlet. Close the valve on the water line behind the machine and disconnect the water line from the machine inlet. Open the valve, run 5 gallons of water through the valve and dispose of the water. Close the valve and reconnect the line, and then discard the first 3 batches of ice. Once the establishment has completed these steps, you can begin to use the water as normal. Normal activities include cooking, drinking, dishwashing, sanitizer preparation, ice making, the use of fountain drink machines, and diaper changing. Note that many of these guidelines, like flushing the water for 5 minutes, differ from the City of Asheville recommendations for residences. This is because facilities that serve the public and are regulated by environmental health have higher standards to meet in order to protect public health. For this and other information and helpful resources, please visit buncombecounty.org/EH. Thank you.
Good morning. This is John Burry with Tetra Tech to provide an update on some of the county's new community-facing programs. First, I want to brief out on the private and commercial property debris removal program and demolition assistance program. So Buncombe County's property owners in both the unincorporated and cities that have been impacted by Hurricane Helene, who do not have debris removal insurance or have exhausted their insurance, they may apply to be qualified for the disaster debris removal program from their private or small business commercial property at no cost. This program also covers the demolition of eligible unsafe structures. This program was launched on Saturday morning. We've already got close to 100 applications, and we want to make sure we get the word out. So generally speaking, when we talk about private and commercial property debris removal, we mean the removal of hazardous limbs, trees, and other mixed debris that have been caused by Hurricane Helene that are generally near commonly used areas or maintained areas of a private or commercial property. This may also include a removal of debris impacting a waterway. And it could include the demolition and removal of a structure that is deemed to be a health hazard that is unfit or unsafe and may not be recoverable and is a threat of collapse. And this would include or could include the removal of concrete slabs. This program does not include the removal of debris on vacant lots or other unimproved property or a property that's been used for agricultural purposes, such as crops or livestock. This program is not intended as a lot clearing program. So, to apply for the program, a right of entry form, or ROE, that must be signed by all property owners is legally required before contractors who are providing debris removal or demolition services can access your property to even begin the determination process to determine if you are eligible for the program. To apply for the debris removal or demolition of unsafe structures on your private or commercial property, you can do by several different means. Number one, visit the online portal link at onebuncombe.org. That's www.onebuncombe.org. You can also call the One Buncombe call center at 828-250-6100 and select option 2. Or you can visit one of the 4 PPDR and CPDR application centers to apply in person. We have one at the Asheville Mall, and that follows the FEMA DRC's hours, which are currently 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. And we have 3 additional sites that are open Tuesday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. These 3 additional sites are located at Barnardsville Fire Department, Station 15 at 100 Dillingham Road, Swannanoa Fire Rescue at 510 Beetree Road, and finally, Fairview Library at 1 Taylor Road. The county is also going to have community canvassers who are in the community to provide information and help walk residents through the online or electronic application program. These community canvassers may be at some of the pods or CCSs. They may be also attending various community meetings. More information about satellite locations that may be opened will be provided through the county's Joint Information Center. And once again, I want to show the graphic of the onebuncombe.org. If we could please move to that. Are you, which is the Helene debris removal. You can see the button right there, the fourth one down, where you can access this. And of course, there is the QR code to access the application. When you apply, we encourage you to have the following documents available: a copy of your insurance policy and proof of statement of loss from the company if you are insured, a color copy of your driver's license or valid U.S. government ID, such as a passport or real ID, a proof of ownership, such as a warranty deed, tax assessment, etc., and a simple sketch of the property identifying the locations of the debris. And this is going to be hand drawn just to provide some additional information of the nature of the hazards on your property. For any questions about the PPDR, CPDR, and demolition of unsafe structures program, please call 828-250-6100. That's the One Buncombe phone number, and select option 2. You can also visit the website for more information, access our frequently asked questions, or FAQ, that has been published. We will be updating that as we collect more questions. The second program we wanted to provide information on is the substantial damage assessment program in the special flood hazard area. As part of the ongoing recovery efforts from recent storms, Buncombe County has began the process of working through assessing the damaged structures as part of FEMA requirements. Over the coming days and weeks, you will see county teams, which includes representatives from our staff, who are going to be out in the community completing the assessment processes within FEMA's required timelines. And here's what you can expect of these teams as they begin to work in the community. The teams will be assessing the structural damage curbside from vehicles. The teams may take photos of damaged structures from their vehicles or the right-of-way, and in some instances, these teams may be on foot to take multiple photos and record basic information such as the property address. Each of these teams will have handheld electronic devices such as tablets or smartphones to record the necessary information. Each contractor will be wearing a blue vest and carry credentials, and they'll also be able to share a QR code indicating that they are a vetted contractor with Buncombe County. And again, every one of these teams will have a Buncombe County staff alongside. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. So we'll go ahead and open it up to the media Q&A portion of the briefing. As I stated earlier, the city obviously did not provide an update today, but they are here with us to answer any questions you might have for them. With that, are there any questions?
I have some water questions if Clay is available. John Boyle at Asheville Watchdog.
We do have Brenna and Ben Woody on the way up to answer your questions. Clay is not with us today.
Okay.
Hey, John.
Hey, good morning, Brian. Good morning, Ben. I've just gotten multiple people raising concerns and asking questions about the safety of the water. Although this has been going on for quite a long time, they feel like all of a sudden the water was pronounced safe and okay to drink. So I'm just hoping y'all can offer some assurances on that and how this process was done to assure water safety.
I'll take a first side of that, John. Thank you. The return to potable water was gradual. So we have been, as Clay's mentioned previously, for several weeks, we've been putting water into the North Fork plant, which has been treated. Initially, we were blending that water with the raw water source. I think for a period of time now, we've been putting only potable water into the system. So we feel confident about the return of that treated water into our distribution system. It's just like it was pre-Helene. The other thing that we've done is as Clay's mentioned, we've provided over or performed over 1,000 water quality tests. We just did 120